Hello again everyone, Ageofdune here, and we are here with another featured League of Legends game. This one has a lot of names I'm sure everybody knows. It's got Chaox, who used to be a member of TSM, Xpecial, who still is a member of TSM, and it's got RF Legendary, who I've actually been casting quite a bit of in the past few days, and he's on Pool Party Renekton, which is kind of awesome. Have not actually seen that skin in-game yet, and now we have. Sort of. He's in the bush, so it's kind of hard to see. That's okay. So it looks like Xpecial will be supporting. I can't say I'm surprised, honestly. Xpecial kind of main support. Ooh. We've got Pool Party Leona as well, which is oh, very nice. It's kind of cool to see her there as well. Grab there, and Chaox is in a little bit of trouble there. The rest of his team is around, though, so it is going to keep that red team from going in. Otherwise, he probably would have died there, getting hit by that many spells. He got chunked pretty hard, so he's going to have to go back. He's going to get to lane a little after the minions, but nothing too bad, really. So that shouldn't be a problem, honestly. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the team members. As I mentioned, we've got RF Legendary as Renekton on the red team top lane. And there we go. Now we can see that skin. That's actually pretty interesting. I don't know that I'd want to be rescued by a Renekton, though. I think that's the last thing I would be wanting to do. He's going to be versus Jayce, played by Icecoon. Mid lane, we've got Lux, played by Kizaru, versus Ahri, played by Hauntzer. Bottom lane, we've got Vayne, played by Daydreamin. I'm almost certain I've seen that name. I think that might be one of the pros in one of the other teams, although I'm not sure. I'm almost sure. So that's going to be the AD carry for the blue team, and she's going to be against SiPhu, playing Caitlyn. The supports are Chaox and Xpecial on Leona with that interesting new skin. Very nice. Leona and Thresh, respectively. Finally, we've got the junglers. We've got ichibaNNN playing Nocturne versus Rammus, played by Aengil. So in comes that Rammus that we just mentioned there, and he's going in. The stun comes out from Leona, the taunt comes out from Rammus, and Xpecial's doing his best to get out, but no, he ends up going down. And SiPhu's got to run, otherwise he's going to die too. He does end up making it, cleanses that stun from Vayne, so he's going to survive that with no problem. He's going to be able to farm, and that's actually good for them. First blood went to Vayne, however, which is not good at all. It's actually very terrible news for them. So it's actually, I think, 2 or 3 days before Worlds, and I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be awesome. So today's the day that Xpecial and company released their blog on how they think they're going to do at Worlds. Wow, she just got chunked really hard there. She's going to be forced to go back. And it was interesting. It doesn't sound like Xpecial's really very sure of his team. He does not seem very promised. He doesn't seem very enthused about it. It does not sound like he thinks he's going to win this. But we'll have to see. Hopefully his ideas are wrong, and he will end up being actually able to do pretty well. As a lot of you know, I am a big-time TSM fan. Very nice charm there. Very nice. And that is the death of Lux. Yeah, she flashed over the ball, but it didn't matter because she was ignited anyway. RF Legendary is going to go ahead and go back. That's an interesting back animation. He pops up on his lifeguard thing, and I like that. That's pretty awesome. I'll have to watch for Leona's to see what hers is. Ooh, is she dead? Is she dead? No! And in fact, if Xpecial can get here, he can go in on her and take her down. Leona's there to stop it, though, so I don't think that's going to end up happening. He's going to try, but I don't think so, no. That is going to force these two off of lane, though, so that means that SiPhu here will get completely unlimited farm, even though she's so low. As long as Rammus doesn't come in, she's going to be fine. It is entirely possible that Rammus will come in, and there's not too much ward coverage here for the red team. So if Rammus did come in, he might actually be able to make it to them before they see. But I really don't think so under the circumstances. Up top, we've got RF Legendary back out there. He's a bit behind in XP, but not too terribly. But Renekton, honestly, is a very strong early game champion. So it's going to be tough for Jayce anyway. But there is a gank coming in here from the Rammus. And I have a feeling this may end up being successful. Although, I don't know. Renekton honestly does have good escape with that E that he has, the slice and dice, especially if he can manage to land it on a minion. So that gives him the double slice and dice, and he'll be fine. Oh, Lux is down again. What happened there? Alright, so she is here at full health, and Ahri was just able to take her out. Landed the ball there. The Lux actually stunned her, but the Ahri landed the charm, and Ahri said, alright, we're going to do this. She's getting low, and there we go. That last auto attack was able to take her down. We still see Rammus here. There we go, charging up that power ball, going in, pops the Renekton up. Renekton says, I'm going to try to take down the Jayce before I die, but that was a no-go, and the Rammus is actually going to get the kill for that. So not too bad of a gank for him, and that means that Jayce is going to be able to push this up to the tower and deprive RF Legendary of all of that XP. Nocturne is going to get it, so that's great for him, but it's a little unfortunate for the Renekton. In comes Ahri, lands that stun, and it looks like the Jayce is going to die here. Ahri ult comes out, and yeah, he goes down. So it turns out that it's actually not too bad. RF Legendary is not going to get too far behind because of that gank from Ahri. Very nice indeed. I like that. And I forgot to watch for Leona's back animation. That stinks. But I'm sure I'll have tons of other chances. She's waiting in that bush. She is definitely more of an all-in champion than Thresh is, especially now after his nerfs. Did Vayne just pink ward that? I think she did. Yeah, she did. That was actually a pink ward from the AD carry, which is pretty unusual. Rammus is setting up for a gank, but at the same time, so is Nocturne. So that actually made it being interesting. The Nocturne ulti is up, and I have a feeling we're about to see a very nice little 3 versus 3 go in here. There we go. Leona misses her grab there. She's going in. There comes the Nocturne ulti going in on that Vayne. The fear lands. Nocturne flashes and grabs it. And they're still going in. There we go. They're going in on the Leona now. Leona's getting pretty low here. There's the jump there from Caitlyn. I don't know if it's going to be quite enough. It looks like the answer is no. And she's not yet 6, so she will not be able to go ahead and ulti that. But in comes the Ahri, and she decided to go ahead and fall back. So never mind. No, in goes the Ahri. I believe Caitlyn got the kill. No, Nocturne actually got the kill for that. So it's still a little behind in the AD carry for the red team, but honestly it's not too bad. In comes the Rammus again to try to grab them under the tower, but that was a nope, and they just backed off and made sure that did not happen. Jayce is falling behind again in life totals, but he is 6, whereas the Renekton is only 5. Granted, that doesn't mean a ton because of the fact that Jayce does not actually have an ultimate, but it does actually make him a little bit stronger there, and it may be enough to tilt it in his favor if they decide to go for an all-in. But RF Legendary is now 6 as well, and that definitely puts him ahead in a 1 versus 1 trade. So there we go. Looks like Xpecial was thinking about setting up there for a engage, but honestly, I don't really blame him for not doing so. The Caitlyn's more of a harassy champ. She's not really so much of an all-in. I mean, she can be, but in large part, Vayne is, I don't know. Vayne, I think, is a better all-in champion than is the Caitlyn because of her stuns and everything else. But I could be wrong, but I definitely don't think so. On the other hand, though, Caitlyn is 6, whereas Vayne is still 5, which definitely gives the edge to that Caitlyn. So we've got Nocturne up here wanting to come in for a gank, this time on Jayce. Rammus was coming down, he got the blue, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and go mid, so we may have to go look at that very shortly. Nocturne's heading back, so we can go ahead and come in on this. This ward is going to pick the Rammus up, so Ahri's going to be very cautious. She saw him start the powerball and immediately started backing off. She's going to make it almost to the tower, get taunted, but honestly it's not even going to matter. Very nicely played by her. Completely baited him into thinking that she had no idea by hanging around when she originally saw the ward. Nice little gank there, or not gank, but engage there. Unfortunately, Xpecial actually took enough tower shots that it made it not quite worth it for his team. And now Vayne's going in there a little bit, but she did take a lot of damage between the auto attacks and that. Oh, the ulti comes out. She would have been dead, but Leona blocked it. Very nice block there from the Leona. Lux is forced to go back. The Ahri was able to push her back again, which is not good for Lux. Lux is not having a good game this time. She is currently 2 levels behind, and the gap is only widening. So down bottom again, we've got them pressed to the tower. It looks like the first tower of the game will end up going to the red team as they grab this tower. And up top, we've got Renekton. I think he was just coming down to chase off that Rammus. Rammus is now coming back up. This ward is picking up the Renekton, and he dodged that attack, and he's going to see the oh, Rammus coming in. There's his ulti. I like that. Whoosh. All that stuff there. The Nocturne ulti comes out, so he's ganking down bottom. We'll have to go see that in just a moment. In the meantime, I really want to see if Renekton ends up taking this out. He does end up taking down the Rammus. And the only question is, will he escape the Jayce? He does escape the Jayce. Very nice on his part. And that resulted in a very nice little kill for him and an escape, which is great. So there's the gank from Nocturne. He's hiding in this bush. The blue team has no idea. The pull comes out from Thresh. And there we go. The Flay comes out. She is slowed. And in comes that Nocturne. The Vayne is forced to flash out, which does actually get her away from the fear from Nocturne, but he was able to put it on Leona, and she ended up going down to him. Not a bad gank at all, and we still don't get to see Leona go back. If need be, I can always just go ahead and scroll back to the beginning when Leona first goes back, so I can see the back animation, because I really want to see it. But hopefully I'll be able to see it later. Lux is setting up to try to grab this dragon. She figures that they're here. She's not sure, but she kind of expects that they are. But there's part of her massive burst of damage gone already. She's still walking around to do it. There we go. There's her ulti, but it was a little too early for that. The red team made sure to back off the damage so that she was not able to steal that. And they really easily predicted what she was going to do. She did not have the vision granted by her W there. Or is it her Q? Hold on. Her E, actually. Her E. She didn't have the vision granted by her E anymore, so she was not able to see when the dragon got low. So she wasn't able to steal it. Very nicely played by the red team, indeed. And now it looks like they are actually ahead. Actually, they're quite a bit ahead, thanks to, in large part, Ahri, who is currently 3-0-0, which is not a good sign for them. She landed another stun on Lux, doing a decent amount of damage there. Nothing huge. And Rammus was picked up by this ward, so Ahri knows he's around, so he's going to be kind of cautious. And Leona got grabbed again by the Thresh. He goes in. There is the Flay, so she is slowed, and she's taking a lot of damage. The Lantern comes out and grabs the Caitlyn in. She just took a lot of damage. I don't think she's going to die from this, but she is going to be forced to go back, which means we get to see the animation. Nice. She just pops out that umbrella and lays down and says, okay, I'm out. Okay. I'm glad I finally got to see that. That was actually pretty nice. I do like the animations that I've seen so far. I would like to see the other skins as well. And that'll happen eventually, I'm sure. Just not quite yet. So it looks like Ahri's setting up for another gank here. Rammus tried to come in for a gank down there, but that didn't end up happening. And there we go. The Ahri does have her ulti, and I have a feeling she's going to jump in pretty soon here. Renekton's ulti is up as well, so he's probably going to tank the towers so that she can go in on this. We'll have to see. There we go. She's going in. The Renekton gets the first hit as expected. Ults, and they are going in on this Jayce. He tried to flash out, but that's not going to end up happening. And Renekton is way too tanky because of that ulti. So he's going to be fine. Going back again. Down bottom, we've got more action happening down there. Let's go ahead and check that out. This tower goes down as expected. That is the first tower of the game for the red team. And there we go. Rammus is going in. The ulti comes out from Thresh, and that makes it so that the Thresh actually ends up taking the Caitlyn down, or the Vayne down. Caitlyn's getting really low there. The Thresh gets a double kill. The Ignite comes out from Lux on the Caitlyn, but she's able to lifesteal through that, and Nocturne takes the Lux down with his ulti, followed by all of his abilities. So very nicely played there by that red team, and they perfectly set that up. It was a 3 versus 3, but the blue team had no idea, so they were all set for it to be a 3 versus 2, and it ended up being a 3 versus 3, and they came out way behind on that one. So at the very beginning, it looked not very promising for the red team because of that first blood on Vayne, but obviously, you know, first blood does not mean everything by any means. I mean, it's a very massive boost there right at the very beginning, but it's not everything. And it's really going to show in this game as the red team is just completely shutting down anything else. Caitlyn is still 0-0-5, but she's got more CS and her teammates are massively more fed. The second tower goes down for the red team, and they have claimed that mid tower, which is one of the hardest ones to grab because of the easy defense. It's a much shorter distance, so people are able to defend it a whole lot better. So that one goes down, which is a huge thing for them. Deprives that blue team of a lot of vision here. So they're going to have to place wards here, most likely. And the red team's probably going to place a ward somewhere around here to get vision there as well, which is something I've decided to start doing. I did it in one game. I haven't done it as much in some of the more recent games. It was a good attempt of an ulti there by the Leona, but that was a nope. And Jayce is sitting around here waiting to go in. He's going in now. Xpecial's coming in from behind. They're going in, and it's actually a 4 versus 3, so it'd be a bad idea for that to happen. The Rammus does land the taunt there, though, so I have a feeling Xpecial is going to die. He does indeed die there, and Lux ends up getting the kill. Luckily for his team, nobody else dies quite yet. Interesting grab there from the Ahri. Charm, that's the word I was looking for. Interesting charm there from the Ahri. Tried to grab Lux if Lux was going to come up, but she did not. And in comes the Renekton. He does, I believe, have his ulti again. He does indeed. They are going in on this Caitlyn, and Renekton's coming in from behind. A lot of people low on the blue team. In goes the Renekton, going in on the Vayne. Vayne's getting pretty low here. The Leona goes up to try to intercept that. Leona is able to flash over the wall, but the Nocturne flashes over to get to her, and he's able to go ahead and ulti her. So I don't know if he'll be... Yes, he does end up getting her. Now they're going into the Lux, so she goes down as well. And that ended up being a 4 for 0. Nobody died on that red team. Except, of course, for Xpecial, who died a little while before. But in that engagement, it was a 5 versus 4, and the 4 died. Or 4 of the 5 died. Not the 4 died, because that's exactly the opposite of what happened. And there goes another tower there for the red team. There's that ward from Xpecial giving that vision here. It would have been here had they not taken down that tower, but because they took down the tower, he's going to put it here and go ahead and get more vision there, which is a good thing because there's a pink ward here from the blue team. Ooh, Renekton's pushing down here. I don't think he's going to hang around. No, he's not. And I don't think the minions are going to be quite enough to go ahead and take down this tower, but they're going to do a little bit more damage to it. And indeed, that's exactly what happened. It does not end up going down. Again, there is that back animation from him outside of a bush this time, so we can see it a little clearer. I like that. I like that he jumps up on his little lifeguard tower there and stands there all smug. Ha ha ha, I am the lifeguard. It's kind of cool. I like these skins. I don't know that I like them enough to pay for them, especially given the fact that most of them I don't play. But we'll have to see. I think there is a champion bundle. I'm not altogether certain, though. It is something I'll have to check out. If there is a champion bundle, I might end up going for it. We'll have to see, though. We'll have to see. I do play Leona, so that one might be alright. So I don't know. We'll have to see sometime in the future. Red team is going in on the dragon here, and Renekton's going to go ahead and clear up this farm here. Free dragon for them. Caitlyn ends up getting the kill, where Nocturne is actually up top, and he's thinking about going in on the Jayce here. And Jayce gets feared there, tried to punt the Nocturne back, but the Nocturne said, nope, I'm fine, because of that spell shield. And the Nocturne ends up taking down the Jayce. The killing spree, actually. So he's actually very fed. 502, and he's actually got a Blade of the Ruined King, which is not a build you normally see on junglers at the high elo levels. So that's kind of cool to see. I think that might actually be a fairly normal thing for Nocturne. Oh, the minions got in the way, so there was no grab there by the Rammus. And now, Vayne's got to get very cautious. Out comes the Caitlyn ulti. Ahri's going in, misses her charm, but I don't think it matters. No. Down goes the Vayne, and down goes the tower. Not bad at all. The rest of the blue team was all top, wanting to go in on that Nocturne, which did not end up happening at all. Leona comes out, interestingly enough, but she is going to be fine. The ulti comes out from Lux, manages to take down the Ahri, and the Rammus taunt lands on Xpecial, and down goes Thresh. So not bad at all. They're trying to go in on this Caitlyn. If this Rammus can catch her, I think she's going to be dead. He flashed to her. The cleanse comes out, but it's a little early, and she's going to go down. Had she waited to cleanse just a little bit longer, I think things might have turned out a little differently, because then she could have cleansed that taunt. But she cleansed a little early there, and it did not end up working out for her at all. So the Renekton's actually going in, trying to take down the Rammus. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. The ulti comes out from Leona. He is just tanking them. His ulti is down. He's gone now, though. And he just went ahead and ignited the Rammus. He's doing his best. He does end up taking him down and slice and dices away the... Oh, I thought that was going to get him, but it did not. So he may end up getting out of this. No, the bind from Lux lands, and he ends up going down to Leona, which is not what you want to see at all as the blue team. Ouch. But still, he went down, and that's good. So it was a 1-for-1, but the blue team definitely came out of that ahead with more assists. Not too bad for them, although I definitely think they would have rather had Rammus not died. Had he run, I think he actually probably would have been better, but instead he stuck around to bait the Renekton into playing and ended up dying for it. Ahri is getting ready to go in on Vayne, which will be kind of interesting to see. There we go. There's the charm. Lands on her. The Deathfire Grasp comes out, and Vayne just immediately melts. Was Deathfire Grasp? Yes, it was. Thought I recognized it. Wasn't sure because it does something new. Did he just ulti that? How strange. Huh. He just ultied red buff. I'm not sure why. That's kind of unusual, and he didn't even grab it because he wants to give it to Vayne. So it was kind of a wasted ult. I mean, on the plus side, it's a really short cooldown, so it doesn't matter too much, but it was still very strange. Maybe it was a misclick or something. I don't know. It'll be up before he ends up engaging, so it won't matter too much. Still strange, though. Still strange. So far, the red team has not lost a single tower, which is not good for the blue team at all. Blue team, however, has lost all of their outer towers. Every single one. All they've got left are the inhibitor turrets. And that's not really a good sign for them. And if the red team goes ahead and groups up, they could probably push down one of those turrets. But for the moment, they're willing to just go ahead and just keep the enemy zoned. Make sure they don't get farmed. And that was pretty close there. Had the Leona come out, she would be dead now. A little bit more damage there to the Jayce. He's gonna be fine. And it looks like Rammus is actually coming out. A little too fast there, so Nocturne did not end up landing that Q on him. But the red team is slowly pushing this forward. They've got no minions, so they're not going to be able to take the tower. That's hilarious. Doingy, doingy, doingy. Oh, the Nocturne ulti comes out. It looks like he's going to go in on Vayne. He's not, because his ulti actually expired. Ahri's on her way down. She did go ahead and ulti in, but she's forced to ulti out by the Rammus. So that's actually 2 ultis blown for Vayne, who did not even take any damage out of that whatsoever. So that really hurts the red team quite a bit. The Renekton just got caught there, but he's going to be fine. He's really tanky, even if they do end up going in on him. But the Lantern came out, and he escaped that with no problem whatsoever. Trap. And the red team slowly working their way up. Good charm attempt there by the Ahri. Did not end up landing. Can't really say I'm surprised as she was shooting it blind. And I don't think they're going to go ahead and go in on this tower. They aren't yet. They're probably thinking about it pretty soon. Dragon's going to be up soon. The blue team landed a stun there on the Ahri. Very nice Leona stun. And the red team is way out of position here. Caitlyn's about to go down. Yes, the Nocturne's going to try to take her down. I don't know that he's going to be able to do it. She has a very nice escape. Renekton's trying his best to escape. He's going to run across the Vayne. The question is he going to go in on her? Yes, he is. The Nocturne the fear comes out. She goes down. Rammus is getting really low. He goes down. The double kill comes out for him. Now it looks like there's another one going down. The Lux and Xpecial and the Nocturne are the only ones left. Down goes the Nocturne to Jayce. Finally shut him down. A good attempt at a grab there by the Thresh. Did not end up landing. And that ended up coming out ahead for the blue team. Very nice little ace there. The rest of the team is popping back up, however, so they won't be able to push down any towers, and these guys are really low anyway. But that was a very nice little engagement there, and that was actually really fun to watch. It got really close there. Had that Thresh hook landed, he actually may have ended up escaping that. Actually, no, because she would have died and he would not have been able to jump to her. So he still would have died, but it would have been a whole lot closer. But it ended up being a 3 for 5. In large part because of the fact that Ahri was not there. It ended up being a 4 for 5 because that Leona ulti was able to land, which is a very, very nice Leona ulti. And it did indeed end up throwing the red team off of their game. We had members up here and the blue team was able to engage when the red team was all spread apart. One member down, and they just completely melted there. So not bad at all. Leona's coming up, going ahead, clearing wards that aren't here, and placing wards of her own. We're probably going to see Xpecial walking around. He does have an Oracle. He's going to start clearing wards very quickly. And unfortunately for Leona, she placed them first. So his wards, he is going to be able to clear her wards. Sorry. His wards, nothing. He does have that Oracles now. He went ahead and used it. So he's going to walk around and clear these wards that she just placed, which is always really maddening as a support. Have those wards that you place and then just suddenly gone. Little engagement down here. I think Rammus is going to be fine. He is really strong. In comes the Leona. Actually, I could be wrong. Renekton was able to go ahead and slice and dice, so down he goes. The pull comes out from Thresh. Excellent pull there. Leona's going to go down too. She goes ahead and uses her ulti, but that doesn't really matter. And now the red team says, okay, we can go ahead and push this down. It is currently a 4 versus 3 at the moment, but it's about to be a 5 versus 3 once this Ahri gets here. And they're going to have the minions, but no, they're going to go ahead and go for Baron instead. They've got these wards to clear, and they're just going to walk up here, clear the wards, either go in on Baron or bait the enemy team into thinking they're going in on Baron. There was another ward there. Xpecial's going to go ahead and start clearing that as well. The blue ward here is going to reveal the fact that they're going in on this, and I don't think Xpecial's close enough to see the ward. So the blue team does know that the red team's going in on this, but they've really got nobody here to counter it. Grab comes out from Thresh there, lands the Flay on both Jayce and Vayne, so they're slowed. The box slows them down even more. The Baron goes down to Nocturne, and Ahri is able to take down the Lux. The red team is now pushing down here. The ulti comes out from the Nocturne there, and he's going in on that Leona. Leona's going to go down. Nice grab there from Thresh, who then jumps. He does end up flaying the Rammus as well, which slows him down, but it's Rammus who's super fast anyway, so he didn't care. But they're going to go ahead and go in on this tower, and I don't think they're going to have any problem whatsoever taking it down. Rammus goes ahead and ultis there, so the Renekton actually is pulled out a little bit, but good attempt there, but it did not end up landing, but the Rammus does end up going down, and now the Vayne is forced to flee. There comes the Renekton ulti again, and he is actually very tanky. He's going to be fine, and he's going to get out of this. Now the red team's probably going to go ahead and back off. They don't have any minions at either top or bottom lane, so they're not going to be able to go in on this. The Lux ulti comes out. Xpecial flashes the heck away from it. He said, no, that's not going to happen. I don't think he would have died anyway, but it actually would have been pretty darn close. But he flashed out, so he's fine. Whew. Red team's top is currently pushing, and blue team hasn't gone up there yet, so you go ahead and go in on it. Not sure what the thwing there was. Don't see anybody being engaged on. The Ahri's actually waiting here, and I'm not sure exactly what for. I think she might want to engage on something. She does have her ulti, so she's probably able to do so. The stun comes out, tries to grab the Caitlyn, but she wasn't able to dodge it. And now Xpecial's kind of zoning them a little. He does have his Oracle, so he's going to get rid of this vision. Kill actually goes to Caitlyn, but he gets 15 gold of it. That's one of the great things about the new Oracles and Pink Wards. You still get gold as long as you gave vision. It's probably going to grab this ward too. Yep. It's very nice. Blue team is not having a good time. They've got no vision whatsoever, and it's not Leona's fault. As you've seen, Xpecial has been really mean and has just destroyed all of the wards. So there we go. He's going to go ahead and Lantern Nocturne in to go in on that. He could have tossed it over the wall to get Renekton in here a little faster, but honestly, I do not blame him. Get that Nocturne in there who can go ahead and smite the dragon. And down goes dragon. And it looks like the red team is grouping down here for a push down bottom. Caitlyn's grabbing red buff, and she's on her way down as well. She's gonna take a little while to get here, but she'll still get here. And there we go. There is the Nocturne ulti going in on the Vayne. She flashes out, but she is still melting. She goes down. Rammus comes in, lands the taunt on Renekton, drags him back under the tower, but gets grabbed by Xpecial, so he's melting as well. There goes the Thresh ulti, the box. And it does mean that the red team is mostly going to escape this, actually completely going to escape this, as the blue team was slowed enough. In comes the Caitlyn, was able to take down the Jayce, and now the charm lands on Lux, and she goes down too. So there we go. Rammus is the only one left alive, and that's, I think, because he died first. And the surrender comes out from the blue team. Pause it there. Wow. That was actually really good. Nobody died again in that engagement. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the people and their CS and such. We've got Renekton, who is a 204 CS versus a 201 CS Jayce. They're actually pretty close there. But Renekton is 5-3-10 versus 3-5-6. Big benefit there for Renekton. He's got Randuin's Omen, Sunfire Cape, Tiamat, of course. Which actually is not the final form of that. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, it's not the final form. Ninja Tabby with the Home Guard Enchant, Ruby Crystal, and a Doran Shield, which is probably a good idea. The Jayce has Bloodthirster, Last Whisper, Mercury's Treads, no enchant, Doran's Blade, Dagger, and Crystalline Flask. Kind of interested that I'm not seeing any Mura mana on him whatsoever, or Mana Moon, which is, Mura mana before it turns into Mura mana. Finally, we've got the Lux, who's at 194 CS versus... Lux is at 172 CS versus 194 for Ahri. Ahri is 924 versus 476. She did very well this game. She has Rabadon's Deathcap, Deathfire Grasp, which I never remember to use if I get it, Haunting Guise, Sorcerer's Shoes, and a Doran's Ring versus Rabadon's Deathcap, Athena's Holy Grail, Sorcerer's Shoes with the Home Guard Enchant, and an Amplifying Tome. Caitlyn is at 205 CS versus 173 for Vayne. Not too bad of a difference there. She's 5-2-10 versus 2-6-1. That one is a pretty big difference. She's got Bloodthirster, Static Shiv, Last Whisper, Berserker's Greaves, no enchant, and double Dorans versus Blade of the Ruined King, Static Shiv, Berserker's Greaves, no enchant, and a Vision Ward. Another Vision Ward on the AD carry. That's really unusual to see. We've got Thresh, who has 15 CS versus 23 for Leona, 2-4-13 versus 1-5-5. Definitely a difference there. But, on the other hand, she was there for majority of the kills. He has Shirelia's Reverie, Ruby Sightstone, Boots of Mobility, and a Sight Ward versus Ruby Sightstone, Doran's Shield, Oracle's Elixir, Boots of Speed, and a Sight Ward. Finally, we've got the junglers. We've got Nocturne with 195 CS versus Rammus with 82. That is a huge difference right there. Nocturne is at 917 versus 277. Also a huge difference. He's got Blade of the Ruined King, Randuin's Omen, Static Shiv, Spirit of the Ancient Golem, and Mercury's Treads versus Spirit of the Ancient Golem, Boots of Mobility, Warden's Mail, and a Kindle Gem. I'm kind of interested by the fact that we don't see a Lock of the Iron Solari on either team. That's actually pretty unusual. But I have a feeling it's going to get a little bit more usual as time goes on, as it's not as strong of a jungle item anymore since the nerf, and a lot of times, at least in pro games, supports don't have the money for it. So we'll have to see what ends up happening there. So, that's the end of this game. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I shall see you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye.